your final grid, we'll see Max Taddy and Kevin Ivanoff on the front row with Ed Spain and Sam Green Gomez on row number 2. Ollie Thompson and Ralphie Branscombe on row number 3. Then it's going to be Ashley Harzay in P7 alongside your championship leader Ryan White, who can wrap up the championship but would need, I think, Max Taddy to finish well outside the top 20 in this one. And Taddy really putting himself back into the mix at the front of this championship this weekend. And it's going to be Alfie Forrester and George Ralston on row number 5, Jensen White and Alfred Matthews on row number 6. Fenton Stoneman starts 13th, Cameron Tipping for company. Charlie White and Ella Dixon on row number 8 with Archie Loveridge and Andrew Sutherland on row number 9. The top 20 completed by Ronnie Legg and Otto Amy, with Freddie Housego and Samuel Yeadon, Matty Prinku-Wright and Jacob Leathenby on row number 12. In front of Luke Jardine, Jacob Cartledge, Tyler Banks and Max Housego. Your 28 runners. Housego retired from Heat 3, didn't even get going at the start of that race. The problems. Rest of the field then rolling out. They'll roll round for a standing start in our Honda Cadet class. I'll be met on the start line by parents, helpers, guardians, et al. So roll round. Track now is beginning to dry. Still don't think we've got a couple off down now. Just as I said it was about to dry, we did have a few spinners, but you can definitely see a difference now between the racing line and where it's shiny. I don't think we're dry anywhere near yet, but if we can stay dry for another hour, I think Ayami Bambino might have a difficult decision if the meeting gets declared open later on. So field will make their way round then for their standing start. And with this as it stands, if Taddy can finish in front of Ryan White, there's a fairly decent chance that they could go into the final round of the championship fairly equal on points. There'll be around about 5 or 10 between them, depending on the permutations at the end of this race. So we'll keep an eye out on that one. As we mentioned earlier on, Ryan White can win the championship this weekend, but would pretty much need a Max Taddy retirement. Taddy going off pole position, Ryan White off P8 on the outside of the 4th row. You can see him on screen there with pretty much what looks like a cone just next to on top of him, but it's just next to him and on the grass. Green flag from the back. Engine notes will rise in a few moments when they see the 5-second board. There you can hear it. Honda Cadet, the final. Here's go. We're away as Branscombe bounces in the seat. Taddy trying to hold off Kevin Ivanoff, and once again Ivanoff has swept all the way round the outside. Now Max Taddy's going to try and get back to the inside of the chicane as Ivanoff gets squeezed to the outside. Looks like Taddy is back through. He is in front of Kevin Ivanoff and Ed Spain. Rest of the field still squabbling as they make their way through the S's as Sam Green Gomez dives down the inside of Ed Spain. Green Gomez, who won heat number 3, is through and up into 3rd place. Let's not discount him. He's got a fairly good chance here of taking this final. 12 minutes plus 1 lap here at Clay Pigeon, and Sam Green Gomez is already looking very, very racy in trying to find his way down the inside. The Anglo-Spanish driver up into 3rd place, now imploring Ed Spain to help push him along. Warning for Tyler Banks in the 39 machine as the field make their way up through the S's, bouncing their way up and over the curbs. Taddy, Ivanoff, Green Gomez. Then it's Ed Spain. Ryan White up into 5th place already. That's going to be 4th as he's down the inside of Ed Spain. Through he goes. Good overtake. Takes him a few more corners just to cement it, but he is through and up into 4th place. At the front though, Max Taddy is beginning a little bit of a move away at the front of this one. Gap is out to almost half a second. As down the inside of Kevin Ivanoff goes Sam Green Gomez. Almost surprised Kevin Ivanoff there, and Ivanoff's going to struggle now. Could get forced out wide. Manages to slot back in front of Ryan White. Sam Green Gomez is on a bit of a charge here, sending the moves down the inside. Ivanoff close to the back but can't move out to find a way through. Now finds a way through with a little bit of a nudge. Sam Green Gomez gets a warning. Wouldn't be surprised to see Ivanov get one as well for a very similar bump and run on Sam Green Gomez. That's going to open the door, is it, for Ryan White to go down the inside. Looks like White was tight to the inside. Manages to ride that one out, but bounced over the curb on the inside. They crossed the line with Taddy leading by 1.1 seconds from Sam Green Gomez in third. The gap for Ivanov, and Ivanov's gone wide round the first complex of corners. That's not done him any harm. He's going to be able to carry more speed, but it's a risky strategy when you've got Gomez, White and Ed Spain right there as well in the background. Down the inside of Ryan White goes Ed Spain, although looks like he was going to give him a bit of room on the outside. Ryan White realises on this occasion in the first 3 laps that it's discretion over valour, and manages to slot back in. Now there's a warning for Ryan White. He drops down though into P5. At the front, Max Taddy continuing to pull away. 1.1 on the previous lap is out to 1.5 this time round, with Ivanov, Sam Green Gomez, and then Ed Spain, although down the inside of Spain is going to come Ryan White. White comes through nice and cleanly there at the S's, and he is through and back up into 4th place. Ed Spain's going to have to do it all over again. He wants to find his way back inside the top 4. Behind them, Ollie Thompson, Ashley Haase, Ralphie Branscombe, Alfie Forrester and George Ralston round out your top 10 in Honda Cadet. Behind them we've got Stoneman, Matthews, Tipping, Dixon, Charlie White, Andrew Sutherland, Archie Loveridge, Ronnie Legg, Samuel Yeadon, Jensen White rounding out the 20 in front of Leathenby, Housego, Amy, Prinku Wright, Banks, Jardine, Cartledge and Max Housego. All 28 runners still going, as down the inside of Sam Green Gomez goes Ryan White into the S's. Ryan White up into 3rd place now. Taddy leading the way at the moment with Ryan White in 3rd place. Kevin Ivanov in 2nd. Keep an eye out on Branscombe as well. He's still in the championship mix, although has fallen away, and I think he'll be out of it by the end of this race weekend. So far with a pair of 6s as a 7th and currently sitting 7th, that's not going to be enough to keep him in the mix. It's going to be a 2-horse race heading towards Wilton Mill between the 66 of Max Taddy and the 47 of Ryan White. Ivanov look over the shoulder, looks to the left. Will Ryan White make the late dive to the inside? He does make the late dive to the inside, and Ryan White is through and up into 2nd place. Ivanov drops down into 3rd. Will Ivanov fight back? Jacks the kart in, throwing himself around, transferring his weight superbly in the seat to try and get the inside wheel lifted up as they head towards the corner. That'll help drive the kart all the way round. It helps when they can unicycle on one wheel rather than have the inside wheel, which has got a shorter arc, pushing the kart wide as the outside wheel goes all the way around the outside. Green Gomez is now down into 5th place. Ed Spain finding a way through. Looks like we could just have a battle for 3rd here, because Ryan White is starting to move away from Kevin Ivanov. Gap is 3 seconds. It's going to take a Herculean effort for him to close in on Max Taddy in front. He's going to need somewhere in the region of 0.4 of a second per lap to close in on Max Taddy. It's going to be a long way home for Taddy, but it's going to be a happy journey. As Jacob Cartledge in the 74 picks up a warning. He's currently in a battle with Tyler Banks, who also picked up a warning on the previous lap as well. So I imagine they're currently going toe for toe out on track. As Ollie Thompson goes wide. That's going to allow Ralphie Branscombe to come through in the 96 kart. That's going to move Branscombe up into P6. Some additional points to the championship for him. Still not going to be enough though. I think he really needed to finish in front of both Taddy and White, and they're currently running 1 and 2 with a gap of 3.2 seconds between them. Ryan White falling away, despite the fact that he's managed to get through and pull away from Ivanov, Spain and Gomez. The gap once again going out from Max Taddy to Ryan White. 3.6 seconds almost now as we see George Ralston and Fenton Stoneman in 8th and 9th respectively. Ralston with probably his best weekend so far this season, with Ashley Haase now under pressure for 10th place from Alfie Forrester. Still make their way through. That's Archie Loveridge in the 73. Trying to close in up onto the back of Alfred Matthews, another new name in the championship, currently running in 14th place. Through the field come. Taddy opens the gap up once again. There he is, the gap out to 4 seconds to Ryan White, Ed Spain, Kevin Ivanoff. Spain has managed to find his way past Ivanoff in the last few laps, move himself up into 3rd place. He's heading towards his first top 3 of the season here in the Cadet Kart Championship. Max Taddy though at the front, still with 4 minutes to go, but is just driving this one like it's a steady afternoon Sunday drive here in the heart of Dorset, opening up the gap lap on lap, 4/10 quicker on the previous lap than Ryan White. Crosses the line this time. We await White to come through. It's another 2.5 tenths, and Max Taddy is driving this one all the way towards the checkered flag. Interesting to see the track now is very, very dry. I don't know whether we're going to see any gamblers when it comes to Micromax, but Junior Rotax, those drivers and mechanics have got plenty of thinking to do. They've got the best part of 20 to 25 minutes. This track could be fairly dry. The issue they've got is through here around the horseshoe does seem to still be very, very wet and slippy, and they may end up having to throw some slick tyres on just to see how they, just because of one corner. Down the inside of Sam Green Gomez goes Ralphie Branscombe. Branscombe is through. Sam Green Gomez is down outside the trophy positions now. Branscombe up into P5. Another fastest lap for Max Taddy. Adds more time to the gap. It's almost 5 seconds now, 4.7 for your race leader, Max Taddy. So he makes his way round. Pretty much as it stands, he will now go into the final round of the championship when you add in the drop score provision as the championship leader. With only a handful of points, it's going to be an intense battle that will go down to the final race of the day, I'm sure, between Max Taddy and Ryan White at Wilton Mill. Sam Green Gomez starts to battle back against Ralphie Branscombe. Branscombe's going to have to hold on round the outside. George Ralston's coming right up onto the back of these two. Seems to have moved away from Fenton Stoneman. It's coming good at the moment for George Ralston. There's Sam Green Gomez, Ralphie Branscombe, and the 99 of George Ralston battle it out over 5th place. Gomez up inside the top 5 now as he's battled back against Ralphie Branscombe. Another fastest lap for Max Taddy. The time's tumbling lap on lap. He's half a second quicker than Ryan White on that previous gap. He's out to over 5 seconds now. It looks comfortable for Taddy at the front of this one. Warning for Luke Jardine. That will be shown on the overhead gantry. He's currently in 25th place. In a bit of a battle with what was Freddie Housego. He's managed to find his way past Housego, as finding a way past is Ralphie Branscombe down the inside of Sam Green Gomez. Green Gomez is going to battle back on the inside, and Branscombe's going to be high and dry on the outside here because George Ralston is going to come down the inside and park the cart on the inside. Can Branscombe run around the outside and hold on? He can't. George Ralston is up into 6th place. Branscombe is down into P7. And Sam Green Gomez, who briefly lost position, has managed to hold on. And then George Ralston parked the cart perfectly where he needed to in the gap. Stop them coming into position. Fastest lap of the race so far is from Jensen White as he starts to battle back through. He was down in 20th place earlier on, the pole sitter from yesterday, showing that he's certainly got the 1 lap pace. Currently in P13 as Taddy comes through once again, followed by Ryan White and Ed Spain, another fastest lap. The times are tumbling here. We're down into the 42s for Hondas. This is why I was talking about having some food for thought for some of our drivers, because they're going to have to think potentially about putting some slicks on, but it may well be that there's just one corner on the track, the horseshoe in particular, that still looks very, very tricky. Going to need somebody towards the back to be very brave. Down the inside of Sam Green Gomez goes George Ralston. He runs slightly wide though. Sam Green Gomez is going to force him wide out onto the rumble strip on the outside. Ralston's not giving this one up. One of the housey goes as slow and stationary on the outside. Kart is stopped off the racing line. I don't know whether he's got a problem or he's just letting the entire field through. For the 38 of Max Houseago, but he's off the racing line. George Ralston, though, is finally through on Sam Green Gomez. Ralphie Branscombe, and now Fenton Stoneman has caught back up as well onto the back by virtue of these drivers in front arguing over position. And down they come. Stoneman down the inside of Ralphie Branscombe, hard on the brakes, throws it in sideways, gets it stopped. Fenton Stoneman is through and up into P7. Final lap has been commenced by your race leader, Max Taddy. He's now crossed the line to take victory here at round number 5 of the Cadet Kart Championship from Ryan White and Ed Spain. Then it's Kevin Ivanoff, and the final place in the top 5 goes to George Ralston, with Fenton Stoneman in front of Sam Green Gomez, Ralphie Branscombe and Ollie Thompson, with Alfie Forrester rounding out the top 10 in front of Haase, Tipping, Loveridge and Dixon. With Matthews, Yeadon, White, Legg, Sutherland and Jensen White back down into 20th place, having run as high up as 13th with a few laps to go. Max Taddy, though, takes victory, and with it a slender points advantage into the final round of the championship in 6 weeks' time at Wilton Mill. From Ryan White, the championship pendulum swings in the favour of Max Taddy here this weekend, with 2 heat victories and the final as well. He takes 26 more points than his nearest championship challenger, Ryan White. And Max Taddy goes into the final round at Wilton Mill in 6 weeks' time in the prime berth in the Honda Cadet Championship standings.